The Kia Sportage is a seriously popular car and it's easy to see why. It's good value, comes with a great 7-year warranty, fits perfectly into the mid-sized SUV crossover bracket, making it ideal for so many families. And now there's a brand new model with all bold lines and sharp styling creases. But what about the Hyundai Tucson? It's equally as impressive when it comes to value and build quality. The styling is just as distinctive and it has the same tech underneath because both brands are part of the same group. So which is better, the glitzy Tucson or the striking Sportage? Kia is on a roll at the moment. In the UK in January this year, it sold more cars than any other brand, and its EV6 electric car won the prestigious European Car of the Year award. But a new Sportage is a big deal for Kia. It sold almost 200,000 of the last model in the UK alone. So is it any good? To find out, we're putting it against its cousin from Hyundai, the Tucson. But before we do that, why not subscribe to the CarGurus UK YouTube channel and click the bell icon on so that you catch all of our latest videos. So to subscribe, just click here. Styling-wise, both cars are certainly distinctive with lots of curves and slashing lines, as well as very dramatic front-end styling. To our eyes, though, the Hyundai just has the edge for its softer curves and clever front lighting setup. The Kia is still a very attractive car, though, and Wayne, the delivery driver who dropped it off, likes it so much he's even put a deposit down on a Sportage for himself. Aside from styling and the stamp of approval from Wayne, there's actually not that much to separate these cars. Both cars cost about the same money, although the Hyundai is slightly cheaper. Both can achieve around 50 miles per gallon in hybrid mode. Both use a 1.6-litre turbocharged petrol engine teamed up with an electric motor to make 230 horsepower. They mostly have the same engine lineup too, but the Kia does offer 2 diesel options, while the Tucson offers just petrol and hybrid. The similarities continue back here too. The Tucson has a slightly bigger boot with 616 litres versus 587, but both are comfortably more spacious than the boot in a Ford Cougar. They're well shaped too, with little intrusion from the wheel arches and a useful flat load lip. The fact that the rear seats split and fold in 3 ways is also exceedingly useful. Whoever's sitting in the back of either car will be perfectly happy. There's plenty of space, USB connectors, storage cubbies, and in the case of high-spec models, rear climate controls on both cars. Both also offer reclining rear seats and a neat little sleep mode that cuts off audio from music or incoming phone calls to the rear seats. Up front, the Sportage is deeply impressive. The seats are comfortable and supportive. The quality is as good as, say, a Volkswagen, and the design is minimalist and eye-catching. The way the twin digital screens merge to give the impression of one continuous display is very reminiscent of current Mercedes design, and that can only be a flattering comparison for Kia. Mind you, to get that effect, you do need to avoid the entry-level 2-spec cars as they get old-fashioned dials instead of this swish digital driver's display. Helping the Kia's dash to look uncluttered is this clever panel here, because at the flick of a button you can switch between stereo controls and air conditioning controls. It's easy to use and it's a fun gimmick, but when on the move we still prefer physical buttons. The car we have on test is a top-spec GT Line S model, but even the most basic cars get basic cruise control, front and rear parking sensors, a reversing camera and climate control. Mid-spec models add heated front and rear seats and electric front seats, while the top-end cars also include a panoramic sunroof, 360-degree parking cameras and a powered tailgate. Speaking of equipment, the 12.3-inch touchscreen here is pretty intuitive and lag-free, although to hit the smaller icons is a bit fiddly on the move. The rotary controller dial on the Mazda CX-5 and BMW X1 are much less distracting to use. This hybrid model also has an extra clever trick up its sleeve. It'll park itself remotely, even if you're not in the car. In fairness, you can get this in the Hyundai too, but only as part of a £1,250 option pack. Switching over to the Hyundai, you'll notice that it just loses a little bit of that premium feel. It's still a lovely interior, it's just not quite as classy as the Kia. Back when we tested the Tucson previously in 2021, we thought its touch-sensitive climate controls looked very futuristic. But compared with the Kia, they just don't seem as well integrated into the overall design. The same goes for the 10-inch central touchscreen and the digital driver's display. They almost look like aftermarket add-ons. The seats are comfortable though, and you even get electrically adjustable lumbar support even on the basic models such as this N-Line version, all the way up to fully adjustable memory electric seats on top spec models. In terms of equipment, the top spec Ultimate model basically matches the Kia point for point, apart from the trick remote parking function, although the Tucson is around £1,000 cheaper than the Kia. There's no smaller touchscreen on entry-level models like there is with the Kia either, and all cars get a digital driver's display as well as dual-zone climate control and cruise control. More basic cars only get rear parking sensors and a reversing camera though, no front sensors. Out on the road, the Kia impresses immediately. There's enough charge in that little battery to step off the line without using any petrol power at all, if you're gentle. And then when the petrol engine does kick in, it's a smooth process, helped by the 6-speed automatic gearbox, which changes gear impressively smoothly. Most models are two-wheel drive, with the exception of the range-topping plug-in hybrid and a couple of other versions. But cars like this don't need the extra traction of four-wheel drive, and the extra weight only hurts fuel economy. It certainly doesn't feel as though the car's power is going to overwhelm the tyres, but it must be said that the 230 horsepower of the electric hybrid drivetrain does feel rather lively. Kia says it would do 0 to 60 in 7.7 seconds. In reality, it actually feels a bit faster than that. When the road turns twisty, the Sportage is equally impressive. It doesn't exactly handle like a sports car, of course, but then if you wanted that, well, you'd probably buy a sports car. Nevertheless, the steering feels alert and responsive without being too edgy, and the Sportage manages to more or less entirely avoid the annoying side-to-side shimmy that so many SUVs suffer from. But of course, most of your driving, particularly in a family car like this, will be on a commute or negotiating the school run. And here the Kia shines. It's quiet, smooth and comfortable on motorways or in town, and that hybrid system really helps in stop-start urban traffic. We saw almost 70 mpg on the trip computer during one short urban shopping trip. Hop into the Hyundai after driving the Kia and the experience will feel familiar. There's the same intermingling of the petrol engine and the electric motor, the same smooth shifting up and down the gearbox with the 6-speed automatic gearbox, and the same sprightly, punchy performance. Hyundai claims this hybrid Tucson will get from 0 to 60 in 8 seconds, which is a little slower than the Kia. But given that both cars weigh the same and are powered by the same engine, we'd say the Tucson is likely to be a little quicker than that. Where the Tucson falls behind its Kia counterpart is when you get on roads like this, winding country lanes. The Hyundai just feels a little bit less responsive. The really light power steering is too light to make it very responsive, and there's just a little bit more body roll than the Kia. But as we've said, these cars aren't primarily designed to drive enthusiastically down country lanes. And this car is just as comfortable as the Kia. Plus, when you're in town, the light steering is actually a bit of a bonus, as it makes the car easier to manoeuvre into awkward parking spaces. Both cars are undoubtedly cracking choices if you want a dependable, reliable family SUV with a touch of style and an upmarket feel. For us though, the Kia gets the nod over the Tucson for its marginally smarter interior, better infotainment system and more engaging handling. And if you're a diesel fan, the Kia has a choice of 2 diesel engines. Then again, the Hyundai is marginally cheaper, marginally more fuel efficient and arguably better looking. But which one would you choose? Let us know in the comments, and please remember to like and subscribe to the CarGurus UK YouTube channel. And when you're searching for your next car, remember to visit cargurus.co.uk, where you'll find great deals from top-rated dealers.